They did not see him as a conqueror. They saw a desperate man from the cold plains asking for peace. A powerful kingdom sent messengers with soft words and promises of safety, gold instead of blood, trade instead of war. They thought mercy would end him. They were wrong. What followed was not revenge. It was fire written into history. This is the story of a man the world had never prepared for. This is the rise of Genghis Khan. He was not born into power. No palace, no crown, no army. His name was Temujin. He entered the world in a harsh land where survival was never promised. The Mongolian steppe did not forgive weakness. Children learned hunger before comfort, loyalty before love. When Temujin was still young, his father was poisoned by rivals. Overnight, his family fell from respect into abandonment. Allies vanished. Friends turned away. His clan left him behind like a burden they no longer needed. Temujin grew up starving, hunted, hiding from enemies who wanted his blood to end his family line forever. He learned something most kings never do. Power is not inherited. It is taken. While other boys dreamed of glory, Temujin studied people. He watched betrayal. He watched fear. He learned that promises meant nothing unless backed by strength. Years passed and the boy became a man shaped by loss. He gathered followers, not through noble blood, but through loyalty earned in fire and hardship. He broke old traditions that valued family name over ability. He promoted men who proved themselves regardless of origin. This was unheard of, dangerous, revolutionary. Slowly scattered tribes began to unite under him, not because he was merciful, but because he was fair, and because he never forgot who abandoned him. By the time the steppe whispered his new name, Genghis Khan, he was no longer a survivor. He was becoming a force. To the west stood a kingdom rich beyond imagination. Cities of stone, markets of silk and gold. Scholars and kings believed civilization belonged to them. They looked east and saw only grass and horses. When Genghis Khan reached their borders, he did not attack. He sent messengers. He offered peace, trade, mutual respect, a chance to avoid bloodshed. This was mercy. The kingdom laughed. They insulted his envoys. They shaved their heads, executed some, sent the rest back with mocking words. In their eyes, he was a barbarian who needed to be reminded of his place. They did not understand what they had done. For Genghis Khan, killing a messenger was unforgivable. It was not an emotional reaction. It was law. It was order. It was a message to the world. He did not rush. He prepared. When his armies moved, they moved like a storm without warning. Cities that expected siege found gates collapsing in days. Armies that believed in numbers collapsed against speed and precision. Those who surrendered immediately lived. Those who hesitated vanished from history. The kingdom that mocked mercy watched its cities burn one by one. Smoke rose where libraries once stood, streets filled with silence. This was not chaos. It was calculated terror. Genghis Khan wanted the world to understand one rule. Mercy was offered once. After that kingdom fell, others heard the stories. Some listened, some refused to believe them. How could one man break empires? They learned the answer too late. Genghis Khan did not conquer for pleasure. He conquered for control. He built systems, laws, communication, routes that allowed messages to travel faster than any empire before him. He protected merchants, punished theft, rewarded loyalty absolutely. Under his rule, the world became connected by fear and order. Trade flourished across lands that once never spoke. Ideas moved. Technology spread. Borders dissolved. But the fire never stopped. Cities that resisted were erased so completely that centuries later, historians would search and find nothing but ash beneath the soil. By the time Genghis Khan died, his empire stretched farther than anyone had imagined possible. From frozen lands to burning deserts, he never saw himself as a monster. He saw himself as justice, a man born with nothing who reshaped the world because mercy was mistaken for weakness.